Hey everyone, this is Sean Powell. I wanted to do a quick video real quick. Obviously, I do Exitus Lead, I do Traffic Hurricane. It's the two businesses I stay most focused and directly in. I use Power Lead Systems to make my own funnels, and I've always branded myself. To me, branding myself has really made a big difference in any business I decide to do. What are my requirements to do a business? I have to believe in a job. I don't care what somebody else is making in it. If one of my friends is making real good money, I've seen this before. A friend of mine be making real good money. They go buy a brand new vehicle. It's like, wow, that's incredible. But I couldn't grasp it. I didn't feel it. I didn't like it. I'm not going to do that business. I hope they make as much money as they can. If there's something I can do to help them in it, let me know. I'd be tickled if they help them out. But you just got to find the right business for you. And just not every business is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And again, that's why Traffic Monsoon, I think, made a lot of people happy. Is they were looking at business that they didn't have to put, to necessarily sponsor in. Now, I do know that sponsoring is going to change your life. That's absolutely a fact. But it gave an opportunity, and hope to do a business without having to do that. So again, there's certain things for certain people. Exodus Elite, you're talking $1,000 a pop, 100% commissions in your hands immediately. It's just hard to beat that. You know what I'm saying? And there's going to be the ones that are already matured enough and they think right. Okay. And I'm going to show you a post that I've done. And a lot of times, y'all, I would say 90% of the things I do a video on, 90% of the things I write on my timeline, I'm not being some kind of fortune cookie kind of thing. I'm telling you the answers, and usually they are the answers. Someone asked me a question and I literally take that and just give the answer. And when I'm done, I was like, more people need to see that than just this one person that I answered the question for. And often that's exactly what this is. I want you to listen to this part right here. I think most get into their mind that they can and can't do and where they are supposed to fit in. Okay, and this is an example. This guy here is from a different country, and he wants to know why some people can make it in online business and why some people can't. Okay, now to be honest, it's not where you're from, it's not the color you are, it's not anything about that. Let me go a little further and tell you what he says. I talked to a guy yesterday, and he kept saying you have to make the money to impress others to make it. That's not even close. I can have zero money sitting in any business and make it work if I believe in that business, if I put the work in it that others will not, and if I keep thinking and moving just like that, moving forward, basically is what I'm referring to as. Okay, so I have seen, I've got a really sharp black guy is in my business. One comes particular to mine, and he is rock solid. Been doing online business for a while, and a while back, and he has success. He's had a lot of success in different businesses, particularly Power Lead Systems with me. As a matter of fact, he may be the biggest downline I've got. But for a while, I remember him sending me messages saying that he thought I was making it because of my color and because he was, black and he was having a harder time. And it's just like I told him. And I think he's learned that now. I hope he has. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter the lifestyle you're living at this moment. It doesn't really matter your location. When you get on the internet, it opens everything up. The problem is, it's what do you believe about yourself? Where do you think you're supposed to fit in at? You understand what I'm saying? If you think that, okay, I'm supposed to be middle class, but I can have a super nice car, or I've got to be buried down with this much money. Have you ever noticed that some people, when they get money, all of a sudden they turn crazy and want to go spend it all? I remember seeing people that had a lot of kids, and they were working. Everybody was working jobs, and when tax time come around, they're gonna get like $4,000 or $5,000, and they're gonna go waste it. You know what I'm saying? It's your mindset that's the problem. I think a lot of people just don't. They see themselves in a particular way, in a particular situation, and they marinate in it. They've sat in it for so long that they don't know how to see themselves differently. Okay, the ones who do not see themselves that way are the ones that make it. And I've seen guys before that, I mean, seriously, when they come into a business, they dream big. They dream really big dreams. When I was a kid, there was a guy named Chip Mayo, one of my best friends. it would almost scare me when I hear this boy talk about his dreams. At such an early age, I was like, it sounded to me almost like he was setting himself up for defeat. But here he comes to my house a couple of years back driving a Mercedes Benz. He drives a Jaguar, an old Jag. He's got several Harley Davidsons that he fixed up himself. Some old Harleys that he wanted. That's what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned that if you don't have those dreams, if you don't have them goals, you're not going to reach them. You know what I'm saying? And I got some of that from Chip Mayo. Even as a kid, I was probably, well, we worked together a long time. I was his boss man for a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. But the whole point was, I learned that this kid thinking big was not a bad thing. And I remember telling people not long ago, I still had to struggle a little bit. I got to a point where I was making so much money that I was not prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? I actually slowed down my business because I never perceived myself. It came quicker than I expected. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. And I think in my mindset, I had set on the refrigerator $7,000 a month is what I wanted to make in a business. And I hit it so hard and so quickly, and I blew past it that it startled me a little bit. And the weird part is the $2,000 a month that you make in a business and a 10,000 plus month that you're making in a business is all done with the same way. I almost wish sometimes you didn't know how much money you were making and you just put the hammer down and people see that you believe in your business and you're focused and you keep going forward. That's what people are looking for. I don't care what kind of shack you live in. If your mind is right, it's going to work. If you put the work in and get out every day to the people like you're supposed to, and you talk in a sense that doesn't sound like broke mentality, and people are going to follow you. Now, as a matter of fact, I just posted this up here too, and let you read this too. People join people. Well, we've all heard that before, but why do we choose to join and follow one person and not another? It's the way they think and nothing else. That's exactly what I'm trying to say with this. You understand what I'm saying? That's exactly why people, will follow you and not others. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. I've got another guy. I've got a lot of people I talk to on a regular basis. He's putting the work in, but it's not happening yet. But you know what? When you reach it, it just happens. Something changes in you, and not only does it change for you, it changes for the people seeing you. Something clicks. And sometimes it's going to take you putting the work in. Sometimes it's going to take you putting the work in until it happens. I don't know anybody that came in on day one, day two, started making thousands and thousands of dollars from their very first day in online business. To be honest, I don't think it's supposed to happen, and I don't think God's going to allow it to happen. Why? Because you haven't put the work in. If I'm the same today, 2 years later, well, a little less than 2 years, almost 2 years from the first day I came in online business, as I was then, where have I grown? I haven't. And I can tell you, the world and the work that you're working and the mentality of the world itself and how it pulls you down, and people think they got to work 60 hours a week or more to make it. That mentality of, okay, you got a job. They think I'm the bad one. They think something's wrong with me because I don't have a job. They have no idea I make 4 times as much as I used to make working 65 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? It's that mentality that you need to change. You got to get that out of it, and you got to understand that online business can do that for you. And I'm going to go a little further in here. I had a little bit more I want to talk about here. And if I keep thinking this, okay, let's see, color was issue. It's not. Belief, okay, here it is. I have another recently that told me that color was the issue. It's not. Belief is a universal language. It doesn't matter what color you are. People drop what color you are or how you look immediately when you start to tell them what you think about your business. You have to show them that what this business is going to do for you, what it would mean to you and your family, and you don't script anything. You know what I'm saying? You just got to do it. You just got to tell people what you're thinking and keep doing it. That's what people want and need from you. Educate yourself in your business as well. You have to know what is going on in your business and have the answers for it and your downline. That above is way, way, way more important than me posting pictures of money or what color anyone is or where they are in life. We all have the same challenge to overcome. The 6 inches between our ears, that is it. Some people, it'll take longer to get over this, and some never will. It's like I said, y'all, it's not necessarily our fault. When we grow up, I live in North Carolina. There's not, this is rinky dink town right here, right? I know that my perception is only as big as I get to see around me. And I think that's what happens to people. They grow up thinking that their life is where they're at because of the surroundings around them. But really, it's the surrounding people around you, their mentality, that is what you're used to. It's that brokenness to a certain level. And then someone's doing better than that. You look at them. That's what I'm saying. You've got to look at the big picture. You're going to have to change the way you think. Some of y'all, you're never going to get it. Some of you already dream big and you're going to blow past it no matter what. And you know what? I love to see that now, because years ago, I looked at it as being naive. And I have learned it's not. And now when I talk to someone on the phone and they're excited, and I can tell that, they're excited about coming into a business, if they're into my business or not, I don't even care. It's the whole perspective of what I'm trying to say. That's what impresses. I'm like, this guy might make it. I hope he does. I have one guy in particular I've got in mind, and he says he don't like to be social, but man, he was on fire on the phone. Why would you hide that from anybody? You don't want to keep that. That is the part that's going to make you rich beyond anything else you can ever do. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I keep telling people. You got to get out in front of people. You got to tell people what you think. I don't care if it's YouTube. I don't care if it's Facebook. I don't care if it's on the phone. I have learned, if I learned anything, the phone is a major source of income. Major source of income. Some businesses are probably more so than others. But man, I'm going to tell you, I've said this before, I could live off my phone comfortably. Live off my phone. What are my goals, y'all? And I hate to say this. I'm not going to say I hate to say this, but this is one of my goals right now. I want to buy a new car, well, a sports car that I've been wanting. And it's going to be a Mercedes-Benz, like white leather, white. It's going to be gorgeous, gorgeous car. I've been looking one particular, and it's going to be my goal that I want to pay for it in the next 30 days using only my business. And why? Because I know I can do it. And it's my, instead of taking money out of the bank and doing it, I want to make the money now from between here and then to do it. And I'm going to post it as being my goal this month. See what I'm saying? And I want to stay focused at that. And when I reach it, you'll be the first one to know, because I'll post it right here. And I'll let people know where it came from. I've got an arcade game. When I first started online business, it motivated me to do the work because I was doing it for my little boy. He'd been in the hospital. And I actually did a video on why I got into online business and what really motivated me. And my first month, I made $700. I think it was a month and 1 week. It was right at Christmas time. But it was enough to buy an arcade game for my little boy. And it was a little special why I wanted that big arcade, the real one. It was Fast and Furious for him being in the hospital. But it motivated me. And I was on fire, and people could tell it. And until you get that in you, some of y'all, you're going to have a hard time. Most of y'all, like I said, you're going to hide behind that universal sales page, landing page. They don't ever get to meet you. They might meet somebody, but it ain't you. And then you're going to play catch up with emails, hoping that you can do something with it. The ratio's not there. When I'm here in front of you like this, and I got my hand out welcoming you into my business, there's the answer. That's going to make the difference. Now, what have you got to do to get your mind right between point A and point B? It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? And the road you take, necessarily, I said it till I'm blue in the face. Pick one way, stay focused, and keep going in that one direction. Master that one way. And you're going to have to be social, because people get in because of people, period. Okay? So if you're hiding, if you don't like that, you're going to have a hard time. That's all I can tell you. So, all right, y'all. I'm done with this video. I know sometimes I kind of mumble around. I hope I didn't mumble too much about that, but I learned that if I don't script something, I just tell people what I'm thinking. It comes across better. And if I even got sidetracked, I don't care because it's more than likely what somebody needs to hear. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I make videos like I do. It works for me. So that's what I do. Exitus Elite, y'all, is only $1,000 right now. I got 3 people coming in today. I got 1 person that came in last night. I think a lot of people, $1,000 is going to be a sweet spot. I've had several people call me crying because they really literally could not afford to get an Exitus Elite at the $1,300 level. Well, $1,599. So I think this is going to be a blessing for a lot of people. I don't want to see it go less than this, to be honest, because that $1,000 makes a difference. Those $1,000 are just a sweet spot to be getting 100% commissions immediately. That's for sure. So if you look in the business, y'all, click Exitus Elite down below. It's got the link for that. I do Traffic Hurricane as well, starting off really well. I've got like 23, 24 active members now, and I've only been in for a short period of time. In Traffic Monsoon, I'd only reached 27 people in 1 month as active members, so I'm probably going to bypass that, and I've only done it in half the time, so that's pretty impressive. So if you need anything else, my phone number is down below. It says the big words, call me, with a couple of exclamation points, and if you need anything, just let me know. I appreciate it.